Good evening. Welcome to another evening of Dr. Cliff Burt and Friends featuring the absolute very best in all women's sports, HBCU athletics, and so much more in our post-Easter weekend. We hope everybody had a great weekend. Let's have a 10-second moment of silence and let's get started. Good evening. The world's a little on edge. The war continues over in the Middle East. Threats made by the United States toward Iran. The Strait of Hormuz still up in the air. Jeff, catch us up a little bit. What's going on over in the Middle East? Welcome to the show, Jeff. How you doing?
Hey, good evening, folks. Yes, we are. We are there. Breaking news, breaking news. Just within the last hour or so, there have been some decisions made in reference to this war clip. As you mentioned, there have been significant threats from the United States, also return threats from Iran, the United States. Donald Trump said the last few days, if they don't make a deal or make some type of move and open the straits, that he would bomb Iran. And I mean, he said he would bomb the bridges. He would also go in and the fuel, he'd kill I'm sorry, the electricity, everything. And then he made a last statement that he will wipe out the whole nation.
Yeah.
So significant threats, Cliff. But there has been a change in the last hour, and I mean we're talking about the 11th hour.
Yeah.
Both countries agreed to a 2-week ceasefire, effective immediately. Also, within this ceasefire, apparently Iran said that they would agree to open up the Straits for 2 weeks. So I don't know how that's going to go, but I'm still listening. We had to get the show started because all this is going on as we speak. But yeah, this is where we are at right now. There are protests everywhere. There are other countries that are against the war, are calling for Donald Trump's removal. It's a big thing going on right now. So we'll see how this plays out. Both countries, again, they have, I think, like a 10-point strategy within their ceasefire and agreements that they want done. So we'll see what happens on this front, Cliff. But we are here. We are here.
All right. Touch it. I just say touch and go. Jeff, something else happened a few days ago.
Yeah.
Even though many of us don't agree with this war, but we do believe in our servicemen. And there was a plane that was shot down behind enemy lines, and deep behind enemy lines, and one of our servicemen had to invade, I guess, Iranian forces who were looking for him also in the mountains. Well, tell us what happened there with our rescue.
Yes, so Donald Trump had cleared for an airstrike on the overnight. And this was, 2, 3 in the morning or so. And so, like you said, that plane was shot down. There were actually two planes, but one was shot down and he was, like you said, well into Iran territory.
Yes, yes.
So the rescue mission was gonna be a very tedious job, but they did a good job. So of course they're prepared for circumstances like this, Cliff. So they sent the cavalry. They sent about 100 airplanes, and they had helicopters. But the experience of the pilot is what's key.
Yeah.
What he did was to hide in particular mountains. He was hurt bad, but he was able to medicate himself and patch himself up. Also, what they do is they have a signal, electronic signal that can send a beep or whatever and give you directions or, area of where he would be held up. But he had to be careful about that because you don't want the enemy to find out your location, and then they can beat the rescue to you. So that's the main thing. But they're well prepared for that, and they evidently did a good job. And they also had some other tactics in place where they have planes and so forth scouring over different particular areas to kind of throw off the enemy where he might be. So they might be looking in the wrong place. But the object was to protect him long enough to get the rescue to him and get him off the ground.
But Joe, as we know, Donald Trump is not opposed to shaking up his cabinet. And recently, there's been the firing of his Attorney General, Pam
Yeah.
Bondi, second high-level firing of a female.
Yeah.
What about that, and what do you think that is signifying? Typical Donald Trump. What do you think?
Yeah, just a side note, there were 3 generals that were fired as well by Heston, but
Okay.
we'll talk about that later. But yes, Pam Bondi, she's been under the gun. She's been under the big eye for a long time. The reports say that Donald Trump has not been happy about her for a very long time. And when she faced the Senate, that she made a statement that the Jeffrey Epstein files were on her desk. Then she came back later on and made another statement that there were no files. So that was going left in a big way. So she's been under the radar for a long time. And it was just a matter of time. We all know that she tried to, bring charges against Comey. That didn't work. She tried to bring charges against our Attorney General in New York City, Letitia. That didn't work. So she's been under a bad way. And I think the last few weeks when she had to face the Senate clip it was terrible. It was a bad look. It was really comical to me, but just a matter of time. But the deal is they brought somebody else in to temporarily replace her. This person has also been a lawyer for Donald Trump in the past, and it's all about loyalty is what he demands. So if you're not going to go against his, against his enemies, then you're going to find yourself in the same predicament as Bondi. No question about that. You're here to be loyal to him and loyal to him only. Never mind your integrity as a lawyer. Never mind doing the right thing. Which doing the wrong thing is going to affect your business after all this is over. So it doesn't make sense to me. That's why a lot of lawyers don't want to take this position, Cliff. No question about it. I wouldn't either.
I'll bring Jim and Steve in on a man named Zachary Charles Newell, 26-year-old man from North Carolina, recently was sentenced to 2 years in a federal prison after making some serious online threats of a mass shooting targeted preschool. And he said that these were goals to have a mass shooting to kill black children. And all they gave him was 2 years. Give me your thoughts, Jen. I want to get Steve and James in on this. I come to James first. Jeff. Jeff, give me your thoughts first.
Yeah, so I saw the headline, but I didn't see any of the other particulars on this, but it's pretty much what you stated. So this is incredible to me. 2 years is absolutely no time, and you could probably get off a few more months with good behavior. But what happens when he comes back out?
Yeah.
In less than 2 years after making a threat like that. This is incredible to me. If it were you or I, Cliff, that made this statement, we probably wouldn't be seeing each other for longer than 2 years. I'm almost sure about that. This is tough. So what they have to do is to keep eyes on this guy once he comes out, because you never know what his next move is going to be. I had a feeling we're going to hear about this character sometime in the future.
Yeah, I want to bring Denise and Jim from the Motor City. Come on in the show. Jim, give us your thoughts on this story of a white man posting threats to have a massive killing at a preschool for black babies. Jim?
Well, after he's made these threats, I hope that he doesn't do any act on these threats once he gets out, because that would be a problem.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, premeditated. Steve, come on in. Welcome from Nashville. Steve, give us your thoughts about this threat.
Like you all said, it's totally ridiculous. 2 years. And like Jeff said, if it had been either one of us, oh man, look, we've been in ADX Florence, Colorado, Supermax.
Sure, we're laughing, but this is a serious matter for sure. What injustice and encourages this kind of behavior. This is the time we live. We all gonna have to keep an eye on this story, though, Jeff, and pray for the safety of these kids in North Carolina. We gotta move on. A woman of the month. Hey, none other than Miss Asia Wilson. You know it. All right, Asia. Hi. Wilson, an American professional basketball player for the Las Vegas Aces of the Women's National Basketball Association. She's regarded by many as the best female basketball player of her generation and is widely considered one of the greatest WNBA players of all time. She led South Carolina in college to the University of South Carolina's first championship in 2017, and we know the rest is history. We have her with us all month. Hey, none other than Miss Asia Wilson. Come on with it. Jeff, give me a comment on her.
Hey man, listen, her accomplishment speak for herself. Speak for herself, Cliff.
Yeah.
That's one more. Listen, add that to the list of bad mama jammers, man.
Yeah, Steve, and I have a comment later on about the Hall of Fame class. But skill-wise, she's as good as any guy basketball player I've seen in the NBA that plays small forward or center or large forward. In fact, I bet a Bam can learn a few moves from her. But Steve, what's your thoughts? Asia Wilson.
The thing about her dominance is not only is she so physically gifted, but
Yeah.
she's skilled, and the way she shoots the ball,
Yeah.
she's impossible to do anything with.
Yeah.
Impossible.
Yeah.
She's
Yeah.
gonna be one of the best to ever play.
No doubt about
If
that.
she's not already, because I mean, she is totally dominant.
Yeah. She's got it all.
What I see it for when she and Bam, if they ever decide to have a child, I want to be a child.
I want to come to Jim. This is our woman business executive woman of the month. Now, this one here, I don't know if anybody's heard about Dr. Dorothy Lavinia Brown. She was born January 7th, 1914, but she died on June 13th of 2004. She was also known as Dr. Dean. She was an African American surgeon, legislator, and teacher. She was the first female surgeon of African American ancestry from the southeastern United States. She was also the first African American female to serve in the Tennessee General Assembly, as she was elected to the Tennessee House of Representatives. While serving in the House of Representatives, Brown fought for women's rights and for the rights of people of color. And in 1956, Dr. Brown became the first single woman in Tennessee to be granted the right to become an adoptive parent. This is a trailblazer. This is an awesome woman, and I want to bring it to the forefront how to be the next. So, Jim, your thought, got with the alma, Dr. Brown. Jim.
Well, what you said says it all. First, in the Southeast, in terms of her profession, then she became a state senator.
Mm-hmm.
Then she became an adoptive parent.
Yeah.
I mean, you can't have it better than that.
Yeah.
This is another great one that I had never heard of. Thank you, Cliff.
All right. And come out the South right there in Tennessee. See, right there in Tennessee. We have our one celebrity guest tonight. We have something our birthday. We've had so many of them. Hey, none other, Mr. What's Going On? Mr. Marvin Gaye, born April 2nd, 1939. He died April 4th, 1984. A tragedy there. His American R&B and soul singer, songwriter, musician, and producer, and commonly referred to as the Prince of Motown and the Prince of Soul. He helped shape the sound of Motown and soul music in the 60s and 70s. He's a cultural icon and considered one of the greatest singers and songwriters of our time. Jeff, give us your thoughts. Mr. Marvin Gaye, what's going on?
Yeah, man. What can I say, man? This cat has never been duplicated, in my opinion. They have built some imitators, but he's never been duplicated, man. This guy was a bad man back in the day, and his music will definitely last forever. I like that era, and he was one that was at the forefront of that era. So
Absolutely. Jim, Mr. Marvin Gaye, you're from Motown. Jim, Marvin Gaye.
Yes, Marvin Gaye was a golf partner of my father's.
Oh,
and if you look on the back of the What's Going On album, he dedicated it to my father. I was out golfing with him one time, and he wasn't having a good day. I said, Mr. Gaye, you're not doing too well. He said, no kidding, kid. So, yes, he's a person worth celebrating.
Welcome to the show. Thank you, Jim. Dr. Marlon Kent, give us your thoughts. Marvin Gaye, just give us your thoughts on it. We've introduced him. Celebrity birthday, Dr. Kent, welcome to the show.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you so much. He was just one of those legendary singers that you would love to hear, even to this day, sing his ballads and so many Motown hits, that he has. And a lot of his songs are just so relevant to today's times, so every time you hear him, he definitely was ahead of his time. So truly missed, but just a legend that you will always remember.
Oh, yeah. Mr. What's Going On? Marvin Gaye. Listen, you can go to commercial, and we will be right back in about 60 seconds. Okay, here we go. Or next week, we will have Coach James Matthews with us, and maybe some difficulty tonight getting on for some schedule changes. But he is the coach of the HBCUAC men's champion from Southern University of New Orleans. This is guy has just done a tremendous job. And I just want to mention tonight in his fourth year of coaching and also taking over as AD, he took the Suno men to the HBCU championship in the NCAA field of 64. And so if we can't get him right, we'll get him on in a few weeks because people are getting to stay in touch with us. And hey, Coach James A. Matthews III. Now, let's get to it. First, let's congratulate Coach Corey Close from the UCLA Bruins. They are women. They are the national champions. Give it up for them. 35-1, 36-1.
Good call, good pull.
Yeah, they're a team of seniors. They're Kiki Rice, Lawrence, and they had some more. And they stuck it out and showed up championship game against South Carolina. Just too much for them. Betts in the middle, projected to go in the first round. Next week is the draft. So Lauren Betts, 6'6", tough player, but as we all saw the game, too much for South Carolina championship. Now, let's just get on down to the issue about the Final Four. Everybody's seen it on the replay of the semifinal game, South Carolina versus UConn Huskies, who were undefeated. And after the game, there was an exchange between Coach Gino Auriemma and Dawn Staley. Steve, I'll come to you first. An opinion, I have mine, but Steve, I'm coming to you first.
That was a situation that should have been avoided. All he had to do was shake hands, the game was over, and leave, but he wanted to confront Don about something, about a pregame, because he just got whooped.
Yep.
You just got beat. And then for him to should have known it was coming. I should have known it was coming when he was talking to the lady who was interviewing him at the end of a quarter.
Oh, boy.
I said, uh-oh. I said, he's cramping up. And then as soon as the handshake line come, I said, boom, there it is. He just came on his period. Just like that. And I know that Don cussed him out like Philly. Like Philly. And it was ugly. It was really ugly.
Let me come.
Can I ask a question?
Sure.
Did Marvin Gaye's father ever go to jail for that?
I don't know. I don't know that answer. But
and then he have on a pair of high heels and panties.
Well, Steve, I
don't know about that.
Because that was one of the big problems.
We'll leave that alone. Let's go back to Gino. Let's leave that alone right now. We'll go back to Gino. Jeff, we'll leave that alone right now. Jeff, let's talk about this. I don't know if you saw the replay on it.
The main thing that kind of stuck in my mind is, does he get a pass for this? Because, I understand he had done this a couple of times before, once or twice before, but do we give him a pass, or do they really, stick it to him good? I know publicly he's going to catch hell, but does he get a pass from the league?
Well, I don't think there'll be anything coming from the NCAA penalizing him. But I do think he's hurt his legacy when he does this. He did make some statements before, not in the tournament, but when Dawn Staley had beaten him, I think in UConn one time. Oh, they're ripping my kids. Because he was the refs for Coach Staley. They're ripping the jersey. My kids are getting mugged. Stuff like that. To come from the greatest coach record-wise ever, it just detracts. It's just detracts and shouldn't be a part of the game. I don't know, Jeff, though, as far as any legally coming down. I bet the university, though, said we're going to get an apology out Saturday morning. Either he or somebody at the university going to write it. So they did that. Dr. Kent, then I'll come to you, Jeff. Dr. Kent, what's your thoughts? Auriemma, Dawn Staley, the song that had happened there.
Very disappointing on Gino's part. It came across like he was the biggest sore loser after everyone knows that he is the most winning coach, with his team number one, and they just got beat, and it was just classless, in my opinion. I was really, really surprised. I was taken aback, I'm sure, like everyone else, and just really surprised. Really, really surprised.
Yeah.
Well, Gino has had this problem with a lot of the big coaches. He had it with Pat Summitt, where they didn't speak at the end. He had it with Tara Vanderveer of Stanford. Muffin McGraw of Notre Dame.
Is it because they're
And now
female?
I can't tell you that, but he just had a problem when he lost to him.
Probably got a little bit to
Now,
do with it.
yeah, I'm sure that's something to do. But the other thing is the two things that he claimed didn't happen like he said it did.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
He said that, they have video of him Dawn Staley shaking his hand, and they have a video of Sarah Strong tearing her jersey.
Yeah. Yeah. Let me say this. Never mind Gino. I mean, we can't never mind Gino. But I do want to say this on behalf of the UConn Huskies organization. The players, the assistant coaches, and all of them are at the highest level. I watched them. You see, we've seen undisciplined teams take on the characteristics of a coach. But I watched them when all that exchange happened and they walked, off the floor. I watched the replay. Every player and every coach, including Coach Daly, who's been with them forever, stood in that line, hugged Dawn and respected Dawn and respected the South Carolina Gamecocks. So this is not a UConn Husky. This is a fault that Gino Oriema had. But we got to keep that clear. Those are class kids. Sarah and all the rest. And a staff. And a staff. I think that's fair there. Now, we got to move on just a little bit. Time is moving because next week, the WNBA draft is here. They'll get along the rest. The number one pick projected to go is actually a young lady out of France. Okay, and so projected to go in next week. Dallas Wings to take our Sam. She's another 19-year-old from France, a scorer, pretty tall. They say 6'3", 6'4". She did well against the United States professional team in Puerto Rico in the FIBA Cup, but she's projected to go number one in the draft. Number two, Minnesota Lynx was supposed to get TCU point guard Olivia Miles, one of the best playmaking prospects we've ever seen. She did herself a great favor by staying around this extra year, transferring to CCU. She's supposed to go projected in most coaches for number two. Number three, Seattle Storm supposed to get the shooting guard from UConn, none other than Ozzie Fudd. Unless you're in a real Final Four, Ozzie Fudd can shoot a basketball. Washington Mystics, they're supposed to get the big center in the middle, Lauren Betts from UCLA, 6'6", 6'7", excellent footwork, and will be an outstanding player in the NBA. Number five, projected, Kiki Rice, the point guard from UCLA, is supposed to be going to the Chicago Sky. Toronto, number six, expansion team, Toronto Tempo. They're looking for somebody who could just play great defense and just be stable on offense, run the offense, not so much the score. They're supposed to take Raymond Johnson, guard from South Carolina. And then seven, the Portland Fire, another expansion team, is taking another forward from France, Nell Agloma. Agloma is supposed to be a wing shooter and a star on the rise. Number 8, Golden State Valkyries, Gianna Nepins, another guard from UCLA. Number 9, the Washington Mystics, supposed to take Flaw J. Johnson from LSU. And number 10, Indiana Fever, the other guard from South Carolina, to Nia Lasky. Now that's the projected first 10 players going in this coming Monday or Tuesday's WNBA draft. What do you think about that lineup? Yep, the first 2 or 3. What do you think?
Well, that whole top 10 is all players that I've heard of. So, it's going to be a good one. Now, I think you go back to Dallas. Dallas has Paige Beckert. I don't know if they're going to keep not Agumake, but
the
young lady. So, but Dallas is going to be with the center and a player like Paige Beckert. They're going to be up and coming.
Yeah. Flage, what do you think about Flage? How good a pro do you think she'll be? I think she'll be great. Okay.
I think she's going to be a good pro.
Yeah. Yes, she can do everything well.
She's away from Kim Mulkey. I think she's going to be good.
I actually think that would be the reason too, Jim.
Yeah. There's a big trade that just happened in the WNBA as well, along these free agents. Kemp, I'm going to get you to comment on this one. And you too, Jeff. Angel Reese was traded from Chicago for some future first-round picks. She will now be with the Atlanta Dream, and they're pretty good. but they got bounced in the first round. They got bounced in the first round of the playoffs last year, but she's averaging, I think, points and 12 rebounds a game, led the league the last 2 years. She won it out of Chicago. She got a win. Kim, your thoughts, Reese, heading to Atlanta? A pretty good ball club already.
Oh, I think that's a good move for her. She could definitely help, add, not help, definitely add to the Atlanta Dream lineup.
Yeah.
We'll definitely see, how she fares, with their team. I knew it was gonna be a little bit too cold for her up here, but but I,
Yeah.
I think I think she'll be okay. It'll be interesting to see, how she does. We wish her well, and thank her for her time here in Chicago.
Yeah. Hey, Reese, she's a star. She playing. She playing. Jeff, one more before we go to break.
Am I not saying that he's saying his model? I feel the same way. I think he'll do pretty good, but time will tell. Time
Okay.
will.
One more question for you, Jeff. You kept saying somebody would blink. A few weeks ago, they came at a 20% revenue sharing right in the middle. The women were at 10, they won at 30, but they got the 20% overall league revenue shares. And an increase in team salary cap around 7 million. That was 1 million. There are a lot of pay raises in the league now. Asia
Yeah.
Wilson just went up to 1.4 or 1.7 million. The rookie salary's gone up. And so hey, everybody's pockets a little bit richer. I think both sides came out okay. Give us your thoughts, Jeff.
Oh yeah, listen, they played the game the way the game is supposed to be played. Hold out to the end. Don't fold, don't fold, don't fold. Okay, this is far we gonna go. Let's get it on. Let's get it on. They played the game the right way.
Sounds good. Yeah. Hey, we're gonna go to commercial break and then we'll be right back. All righty.
Okay. Wasn't hurting.
Welcome back. Dr. Clifford and Friends, featuring the absolute very best in all women's sports, HBCU athletics, and so much more. Listen, that's Dr. Clifford and Friends Sports Talk every Tuesday evening, 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Central. Or you can get our shows from the podcast website, participants.podbean.com. You can also hear our show every Sunday evening at 6 p.m. Eastern Time, WGPR 107.5 FM. 107.5 FM.
Well, Division II finished up on the 5th, and Gannon won its first D2 title, defeating Lander 84-61.
Yeah.
So it wasn't much of a game. D2, as Cliff has said before, does a little different. So they had the regional winners reseeded after the top 8 went to Indianapolis. You had Nova Southeastern, Black Hills, Denson, Linder, California State East Bay, Oklahoma Baptist, and Gannon. And Gannon and Linder played for the title. Like you said, it wasn't much of a game. But if you look at what Gannon had been doing, Gannon had been beating most of the teams they played by 15, 20 points.
Yeah. And Jeff, most people don't know it, but this coach, Gazzoli, who took over the program 3 years ago, that team, or 4 years ago, they only won 3 games in a season. So they built quick, gotta give up ball. They built it.
Yeah.
Mhm. Okay.
Now, I'm reading an article says Auburn and Stephen Pearl deserve a lot of credit for winning NIT championship.
Yeah.
Bruce was campaigning for them to get in the NCAAs. And, they weren't good enough for that. They were, I think, 8 and 12 in the SEC. But it looked like they solidified and lost to champion Michigan by 40. But it looks like they solidified what they needed to do and went out and won the NIT. And good kudos to them.
Yeah. Yeah, give it up for them.
Because winning at any level is an accomplishment like that.
Mm-hmm.
So, like I said, I'm going to give it up for them on that.
Okay.
Now, we had the top HBCU basketball players played in the HBCU All-Star game at the Final Four.
Mm-hmm.
And they had some players such as Aaron Nkrumah, Tennessee State, Anthony McComb, Norfolk, Bryce Harris, Howard, Cameron Clark, South Dakota State, Deontay Johnson, North Carolina Central, Jamonte Hill, Morehouse, Kuzume Draper at Tuskegee, Nashi Tufare Miles, Rob Lawson, Morgan State, Travis Harper, Tennessee State, Xavier Long, Hampton, and Zion Ubula on from Maryland Eastern Shore. The coaches on the Sam Jones team were none other than Nolan Smith of Tennessee State and Larry Dixon of Morehouse. But they had Daniel Ruzan, Bethune-Cookman, Dante Horn, Prairie View A&M, Jacob Cooper, Virginia State, Jacoby Hetty, Bethune-Cookman, Joshua Olamide, Hampton, Kentavious Dozier, Alabama A&M, Larry Howell, Fayetteville State, Malik Abaduad, Southern, Nick Woodard, Alcorn State, Leon Williams, Arkansas Pine Bluff, Audric Coffey III, Grambling State, and Tyler Shirley of FAMU.
Jim, hopefully some sponsors get something down for the NBA draft. We'll see what happens.
Mm-hmm. Now, the NCAA tournament in review that just ended last night.
Go Michigan, Jim. We'll give it up for you. We'll give it up for you. Go Michigan. All right.
Well, Michigan is the first team with all transfers as starters to win the national title. Mm-hmm. They also went through the gauntlet of beating everybody before they got to UConn by at least 18 points. Mm-hmm. So they were doing well. The tournament, and I think this is indicative of what we're dealing with right now with NIL and transfer. You didn't have a lot of upsets. Yeah. Because if you have a good year at a mid-major, you're going to be looking to get more money at a major. Yeah. But North Carolina lost to VCU by 19 points. That was a big game that got Hubert Davis a chance to sit back and relax. But let's see. Duke had, and I thought, honestly, that the way that UConn was playing, that they might be a team of destiny, because there's no way you come back from a 19-point lead and have some of the mistakes on that last play and don't win. Michigan was able to hold them down. Even though they weren't hitting their threes, they still won 69-63.
Give it to them. Give it to them. Give it to them. The coach did a good job.
Yeah.
And he stayed in Michigan. North Carolina won't get him.
Yes. Thank goodness. Because I thought once he had that, once he had the big time scoring, and, it's hard because Carolina fired their coach during March Madness. And, Tommy Lloyd, TJ Ossenberger at Iowa State, Tommy Lloyd is at Arizona. They're not going to make a comment that they're going to leave while their team is still in the playoffs. Now, Rick Barnes, they said, I guess you're out of it. No, I'm not out of it. I'm from North Carolina. He's another story, but he didn't get it either.
No way.
I'm surprised Stephen or Bruce didn't put their name in for it.
Yeah.
But the North Carolina job is going to be very interesting. Michael Malone got it. The Brendan Malone used to coach in the league, and Mike was a 10-year vet, mostly at Denver, but he had an interim stint at Sacramento. I think he'll do a good job, but I think coaching has changed to much more. It's not just, you have to recruit. Yeah. You have to retain.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because I know, what is it, University of Tennessee women?
Oh, boy.
Are down to one player.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
the portal emptied out fast for them in basketball. You're right. I was keeping up with that. And on the women's side. Who else, Jim, on the portal side for the men? And we need to talk smaller or big schools have emptied out with quality players in D1 who just already now they're gone from their school.
Well, Steve would probably have a better handle on that, but they were the portal opened last night at 12 o'clock, and there were already 2,000 names in it.
Wow.
But I think what you have to do is what Dusty May did. He didn't necessarily, Yaxel was the number one person in the portal after a while. But other than that, Morez Johnson wasn't playing that much at Illinois. Ade Mara was coming off the bench and wasn't developed like he is now. Both of them have developed into first-round talents this year.
Okay.
Elliot Cadeau was run out of UNC because they got a hot shot recruit.
Mm-hmm.
So you have to make sure that they are a fit with your team.
Yeah.
Because if you don't, that's where it'll come back to bite you monetarily and with a team breaker, somebody who doesn't fit the team.
Yeah. And Jim, the kid, and Steve, correct me if I'm wrong, Wagner is leaving Arkansas.
Yeah.
His grandson, yeah. What do you think?
You got
go ahead.
Two people. Darius Acuff is at Arkansas, and the Wagner you're talking about is at Illinois.
Yeah.
But I think Acuff is going to be
go to the league, so
he's
signed his two contract. Hey Jim, he's talking about DeJuan's son, DJ.
DeJuan Wagner, DJ Wagner, yeah, he's transferring in his senior year or his fifth year.
He's in the portal. He's got a senior. He's in the portal. I don't know if he'll end up back in Jersey. You know,
where was he playing?
Arkansas.
DJ Wagner is playing Arkansas.
Yeah, he came from Kentucky there with California. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Because he didn't play that much, did he?
He did. He started the year off on the floor, starting, but then his minutes started dwindling because Acuff and Malik Thomas were so good. But he'll be a good pickup for somebody because he played well last year. He didn't do bad this year, but he played well last year. But he's in the portal, and Carter Knotts, so from that team, is in the portal. And so, like Jim said, it's over 2,000 in. Before the portal opened, it was 818 names in before it opened. So, yeah, hey, look, this is a portal season for me. So I check it at minimum 30 minutes to an hour.
Yeah, okay. Well, it's gonna be interesting. Who's the returning team? Hard to predict, but who will be returning number one in the country next year? Starting out the year, Duke again? No, Bush is going, so no, I don't know.
Well, Duke always has a number one recruiting class, so
yeah. If you're
maybe
asking me, if Duke retains Gamba and Little Boozer and Foster stays with the recruiting class they have coming in, they'll probably be a projected number one team. I also think that they're going to hit the portal, and you don't know what Dame Sarr is going to do. He could start to come back. He was high on draft boards before he went to Duke. And you know, Duke, he didn't get to shine, you know, because he had to play that role. Because coaches don't know how to. The coaches need to watch pro basketball. That's all I'm saying. Michigan, you know, what he did with the portal, they could. You know, he's got a decent class coming. He's got Brandon McCoy coming in out of high school, out of California, the real McCoy.
All right, we got to go to commercial. Listen, we do have to go to commercial. See, there was one comment I want to talk about. Get back with this segment in the chat. Said this is a prime example that the transfer portal didn't help. We'll go to commercial. We're coming right back to your segment. Here we go. What's back? Absolute very best in all women's sports, HBCU athletics, and so much more. Hey, the cryotherapy, IV drip, contrast therapy, cold plunge, red light therapy, infrared sauna, 2484 Briarcliff Road, Northeast Atlanta, Georgia, unit number 25. You can text or call 404-448-1078. That is Dr. Jordan Hamilton. Welcome to our 28 engaged listeners. Another 7 in the chat box. Steve, take it away.
Okay. What are we going to do? Where you want me to go, Cliff?
I want you to first start with the Hall of Fame, and then we'll get with the NBA. But just those members, basketball players that went into the Hall of Fame.
Everybody was deserving. Everybody. I watched them speaking the other day, and they all spoke well. And everybody that's going in is not well. Oh, okay. Okay. I was gonna say something about Doc
Yeah.
Rivers, but I'm gonna leave it alone. But because he's deserving also, and it's a good class that's going in. They have how many? Like you got Candace Parker.
Yeah.
You've got Amari Stoudemire.
Yeah.
Deladon.
Lena Deladon, who would have been, she would have been Gino's best player. You got Mike D'Antoni going in, Joy Crawford, the referee, Mark Few, Gonzaga's coach, Doc Rivers. We said Stoudemire.
That Holtzclaw was already in.
No,
But she's a first timer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The women's 1996 United States women's national team is going in. Mika Holtzclaw is going in with her sister, Candace Parker, UT girl.
Yeah.
And, I think that was it, right? Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
A very deserving player. Everybody's going in, that they earned it. They really did.
Steve, I looked at this class and real quick before you go on. You tell me, when you look at, I'm talking about the basketball players now, Elena Dildana, Candace Parker, and Tamika Holtzclaw, to me, are my overall more talented basketball players than Doc Rivers and Amari Stoudemire in their own right. You tell me, what do you think?
I'm a definitely agree with you about Doc Rivers. Stoudemire was a dog.
Yeah.
He was a dog, but Holtzclaw and Parker, I can see them ahead of him going in. I can't see that. Because, and don't get me wrong, he was a dog, but Meek and Parker were, they were special. What about Doc Rivers?
Okay.
Well, he's getting in as a coach.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
And I'm still like, why? Anyway.
All right. Let's take a Steve to this NBA projected draft in June. Just 2 months away.
Okay. Well, look, it's funny. You're still seeing Darren Peterson at the top of some draft boards. You got some draft boards that have Peterson one. I would have DeBonsa one. But the one I'm looking at right now, they got Peterson 1, AJ DeBonsa 2, Cameron Boozer 3, Caleb Wilson 4, Kingston Flemings 5, Keaton Wagler 6, Nate Ament from Tennessee 7, Darius Acuff from Arkansas 8. They've got Mikael Brown Jr., the point guard from Louisville, is 9. They've got Kareem Lopez from Mexico 10. They've got the kid from Florida, 11, Thomas Hall. They've got Yaxel Lindenberg, 12. Lindenberg's better than Howe, and he's going to be a lottery pick. And the boy, I call him the baby joker, 13 from Washington, Haynes Steinbach, and 14, they've got Braylon Mullins. So you got some kids like Chris Sinek, Cora Pete, Braden Burris, Jaden Quaintance, who didn't play this year, who probably will really be in that top group.
Yeah.
So, it's got. Go ahead, Cliff.
Yeah, I just want to bring Jeff in and Dr. Kemp. Jeff, when you're talking about top picks, the Bancer out of BYU, doesn't get a lot of TV time this way, but him, Boucher, what do you think, Jeff, and the Dr. Kemp in men's basketball college will go number 1? And then, what do you think?
I'm not sure about this one. I'm not sure about this one.
Okay.
I can't put no stamp on this one.
Yeah. What about you there? Have you keep up with the men? Who would you take in the men's basketball this year, number 1 draft? The Boucher, or would you take the Bancer out of BYU? Those are my top 2. But who do you think would you take? Have you keep up with the men?
I like the young man. Is that Bouger from Duke?
Yeah.
Is that him from Duke? Yeah, I like him. I've
Number 1.
been keeping up a little bit. Yeah, I'm interested to see where he will fall.
Okay. All right. Steve?
I'm going to tell you, the Bancer would be my number 1 pick. He's just so gifted and talented. But let me help some GMs out. If you're not sure about drafting him, just be scared if you don't draft him. If you're not sure, be scared if you don't draft him. Because you're getting somebody, barring injury, that's going to go over 30,000 points.
Yeah. Well, let's talk about the league now. Well, how many games? 5 games? 4 games?
Let me see. They have played
5 games.
79 games.
Okay.
It's not all of them. Some play 78, 78, 79. So, the 82 game schedule. Now, the top, in the top 10 who are going to go, they are set. And it looks like really in the East, Philadelphia, Charlotte, and Orlando, and actually Toronto also, both of them have won 43 games. So that can flip. Then, like Jeff was saying, you got 4 or 5, some got 3 games, some got 4 games left. You got Atlanta that's won 45, that's won 41. Something could happen down the line to flip that anywhere from 5th place to 10th place, and really easily 6th place to really 9th place. Miami probably is not going to do better than 10th place in the East, but Detroit is number 1 with Boston 2, New York 3, Cleveland 4, Atlanta 5, Toronto 6, Philadelphia 7, Charlotte 8, Orlando 9, and Miami 10 as of now. And
You think? Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead, Cliff.
Key injuries. What's going on with the guy in Detroit with the lung problem? Is he going to be ready to go? Kate.
I am not sure because you're talking about somebody, you're dealing with a collapsed lung, and you and Marlo would know all about that. So I'm going to ask you,
I'm trying to keep up.
You and Marlo, I'm going to ask you, how long does that injury take to heal up in most people?
Well, these are pro athletes are not most people. Like you look at other guys, Achilles and Boston. So,
Right.
It could happen for him. Jim, what do you think about the medical report? I have it in Detroit on James Cunningham.
He was listed as doubtful last night. That's an upgrade from out.
Wow.
So they do believe that he might play in a game or two.
See what I
just
mean?
to get ready for the playoff.
Yeah.
But you talk about injuries. Luka's hurt now.
Yep.
Yeah.
Now,
Wemby got hurt last night.
Luka is actually getting ready to go to Europe to seek medical attention for this hamstring injury.
Let's do this thing. Let's run down the West. We got about 4 minutes left. Let's see what we got in the West.
Okay, number 1, we have OKC 1, San Antonio 2, Denver 3, the Lakers 4, Houston 5, Minnesota 6, Phoenix 7, the Los Angeles Clippers 8, Portland Trailblazers 9, and Golden State Warriors 10. Steph Curry came back the other night and played like he'd been playing all year.
I give it to him. What about Victor's injury? What we got?
Victor has that rib injury, and when he got it, he tried to stay in, and he actually turned and made a left-hand bank shot and came down, and he wasn't right. So that's probably going to be an injury that's going to, by the looks of it, hold him out maybe till the playoffs, because, right now you're 2 games back out of first place, 2.5.
Yeah. Okay.
And you want to run the risk of trying to beat out OKC. You're going to have to play him anyway. Oh, hey, I would get him straight. And the thing about it is OKC has played 80 games and San Antonio has played 79 right now.
So what about 15th or the 14th? What does the NBA playoffs get started? I know it's right around the corner.
17.
Wow.
I think I'm right.
Are the Knicks ready to go, Jeff?
I'm not putting my money on the Knicks. I can't do it.
And you know what? This is the Knicks' opportunity.
Yep.
But then you have got the magic of Mike Brown. The magic of Mike Brown. If anybody can mess up a team, hey, look at Mike.
Yeah.
Now we'll
It's a
see.
shame.
We'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see.
It's a shame we won't be seeing Giannis this year, but they're not making it in Milwaukee. So,
They
you
said
know,
that's an ugly situation
yes.
with that going on in Milwaukee, and I'm siding with Giannis. Giannis wanted to play. I tell you what, they ain't got to worry about it next year.
Listen, Steve, it's that time of year. NCAA is over. Congratulations, by the way, to all of the champions in all of the divisions, AIA, D3, D2, and D1, men and women. Another great March Madness for sure.
Hey, next
Jim?
week we ought to have some transfer portal signing.
Updates. Okay. And we're going to look to have Coach Matthews on next week. I also want to give a shout out to Danielle Wright. She's an executive with the HBCU. She's on tonight. She also works with Soon Up. So, Danny, thank you. We're going to get Coach on next week. And Jim, Bullseye Sport, and get us out of here. Jim?
Detroit Bullseye Sports is on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays on WGPR 107.5 HD2, the Sports Rap app found in your stores, and sportsrapnetwork.com.
All right. And so, again, we'll see everybody back in 168 hours from now. Thanks so much, everybody.
Don't pay your taxes.
Night.
I pay my
night.
taxes. I wouldn't pay my taxes. I say, who they think they got? Frank Matthew? I'm like, I ain't got that kind of money. God bless his daddy.